Hello, welcome. We are here, we made it. My name is Melissa. I'm HealthAware's registered dietitian and personal trainer. This is our online weight management class. The third Wednesday of the month is where they are right now. So that's where we are. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments during class. I love seeing any of those that pop up here while I'm live, or let me know if you have any questions, any comments after class if you're watching this as a recorded version here on Facebook or on our YouTube channel. You can also just say hi if you're watching here live with me too. So today we are talking about COVID and weight gain. I'm gonna keep it a bit short and sweet today because we're kind of entering that very, I know every month it seems like is busy, but with the start of school and with the holidays quickly approaching, I'm finding that people don't have a lot of extra time, right? So I wanna make sure to make as much of an impact as we can in a shorter amount of time so you can get the full info. That'll be helpful for you. So today we're talking about COVID and weight gain. COVID has had quite an impact on our world, of course, the past 18 months, as you probably know, and it has also had quite an impact on our waistlines. Weight management is not easy, plain and simple, no matter what. It requires a lot of effort, especially during stressful and uncertain circumstances that COVID has created. Emotional eating, reduced physical activity from working at home more, the return of all the social food events recently. It's no wonder that I've been seeing a lot of people in the HealthAware office that have had weight gain since the start of COVID. It's not the end of the world though. Weight gain is not the end of the world. There are things you can do about it. So we're going to talk today about 6 different strategies to help you get back on track with nutrition and exercise and combat any pounds that you may have gained in the past year and a half. This is just kind of a basic overview of what we can do right away to start working on any weight gain you might have had from COVID. Of course, if you want to work more specifically on your weight loss, I'm happy to see you in the HealthAware office. I've been doing a lot of weight management recently in the past year, and a lot of people have been having great success. So if you need a little bit more than just a class here on Facebook, I'm happy to see you in the office. All right, let's get to it. Number 1, cook your own meals. Restaurants have reopened now for the most part, and we're all very excited about that. However, I hear time and time again from people saying that it's very difficult to stay on track with healthy eating when you're going out, especially if it's fast food, but with restaurants as well. Healthy options, there is a hair on my lip, there we go. Healthy options can be found at many restaurants. It's true. But it can sometimes take a bit of sleuth work or asking questions to your waiter or to the chef, which not everyone is comfortable with. So for best weight management success, I recommend cooking the majority of your meals at home. When you prepare your own meals at home, you have much more control, all the control. Over the nutrition, such as the fat content, the total calorie content, salt content, sugar content, all of those things. When we're eating out at restaurants or at fast food, we're much more at the mercy of whoever's preparing our food. And it's not that you must eat every single meal at home. Life must be lived, right? Part of life's enjoyment is going out to restaurants and having meals with your family or your friends. But the majority of your meals, I recommend having at home. It's that, 5%, 10% of meals eating out, and then the rest of the time at home that can really benefit your weight loss efforts. Next, eating on a schedule. So following a meal and snack schedule is what we're talking about. Being at home more, like a lot of people still are these days with COVID, being home more means that we're near the kitchen more, which means that we can be eating more. Try to create structured schedule for yourself with set meal and snack times. If you tend to fall into that grazing habit, try to stay away from the kitchen completely unless it's a designated meal or snack time that you've set for yourself. Oh, hi, Billy. She said hi. Hi. Also, when you're in that grazing kind of mode, if you catch yourself in that grazing kind of place, do a self-assessment of what you're actually feeling during that time. Are you actually physically hungry? Is your stomach growling? Do you feel hungry? Or are you feeling more of appetite and cravings? Are you having emotions that you're reacting to, like stress, boredom, loneliness, tiredness, whatever it is? Do a self-assessment when you're eating outside of your regular meal times to see what's going on. Do you need to be eating? Are you hungry or are you not? If you're not hungry, if you're eating because you're reacting to other types of emotions, then we need to work on what you can do that's not food related to help cope and deal with those types of emotions and feelings. Next, food journal. Probably the thing that I've talked about with everybody the most in the past year and that everybody hates hearing about, right? So keeping a food journal, things become a lot more real when you see your food intake written down. Start keeping track of everything that you eat and drink. And if you want, keeping track of the emotions and the feelings like we just talked about, keeping track of those. Record any of those during the times that you eat. You may begin to see patterns, which can help you create more strategies for staying on track with your healthy eating. With the majority of people I see for weight loss, keeping a food journal in some format, in some way, is one habit that almost everyone seems to have in common, or at least for part of the time, at least initially, perhaps in their weight loss journey. It can be so helpful to be writing down what we're eating. If you like technology, there are tons of apps available for phones or on the computer. There are tons of apps available these days that can count up your calories, your carbs, protein, fat, all that kind of stuff when you enter in all the foods you're eating. Or if you don't like dealing with technology, if you find that very tedious, even just using a pen and paper, good old-fashioned pen and paper, actually keeping a food journal can also be very beneficial. Even if you're not getting the exact amounts of everything, if you're writing down all the types of foods, when you're eating them, an estimate maybe of how much you're eating, in some way, a food journal can be so important. If you don't know how much you're eating, it's really difficult to figure out where you need to go, what do you need to fix. So getting that food journal going can be very enlightening. Next, schedule your exercise. Think of your workouts like important meetings with yourself. Set a specific time to exercise and write it on your calendar, on your phone calendar, whatever calendar you use. Write it down somewhere. You can go even further and write what workout maybe that you plan to do, and then show up for that meeting with yourself. It can also be helpful to get your items for your workout prepared ahead of time. So like getting your exercise clothes set out the morning before, or filling up your water bottle first thing in the day that you'll have it later, or having your exercise equipment out, whatever type of exercise you want to be doing that day. Getting things prepared ahead of time can create less of the barriers for when you are ready to do that exercise, because we get very good at talking ourselves out of doing our exercise. So reducing all those barriers at the time of exercise can be very helpful. The next one is to actually find exercise that you enjoy. We want you to enjoy your exercise. Exercise should be fun. It should be a good thing that you want to do. If your exercise is a total drag, you are way less likely to do it, and you're way less likely to stick with it long term. We want to create long-term health habits, so enjoying your workout is important. Do you have an old elliptical that you should use in your house? but you never do because you find it so boring, well then sell it. Having it in your house as an extra closet is not helping you with your exercise or with your healthy habits. Sell it. Use that money for something else that you would enjoy. Maybe it's a spin bike or a membership to some online classes, whatever it is, something that you actually enjoy. I love jazzercise classes, and I've been doing that and teaching that. I've been doing it for 13 years, over 13 years at this point. I look forward to that type of exercise. Now, I know that running is great exercise. However, I really, really don't like running, so I don't do it. It doesn't get me excited. But when I do a jazzercise class, I'm excited to do that exercise. I want to do it. So whatever it is, explore, try out different things to find what you enjoy doing. Walking, swimming, biking, exercise classes, whatever it is. We're all gonna be different, but find what that is. And then finally here, get yourself an accountability partner or some other type of accountability, but an accountability partner can be very helpful for people. Choose someone that you trust, not necessarily a family member, possibly a friend, someone that maybe even has the same weight loss, weight management goals as you, and check in with them daily or a couple times a week, whatever you feel would be helpful for you. Be honest with yourself. What would help you stay accountable? If it's every day, then great. Making excuses to ourselves about why we don't eat healthy or we don't exercise is very easy. We are very good at telling ourselves excuses. However, making excuses to your accountability partner, someone else, a friend, a family member, is much more difficult, right? We don't want to give excuses to somebody else. Give your check-ins with your accountability partner significance by doing it on a phone call or on a video chat phone call like Zoom or FaceTime, rather than just doing it by text or email. Whatever works for you though. If you only have time for a quick text, then that's good enough. But I do find that face-to-face tends to make things a little bit more significant in that accountability realm. That's why so many people keep coming back to me each month for weight management, because that in-person or face-to-face accountability can be really, really motivating and really helpful. The bottom line is that reaching your weight management or your weight loss goals takes a lot of intentional effort and determination on a daily basis, sometimes moment by moment, right? But on a daily basis, regardless of COVID or any other wild pandemic that we may have. Figure out what strategies, it may not be all of these, but some of them or some others. Figure out what strategies are best for you to stay on track, and then be kind to yourself whenever you do slip up. I hope that you enjoyed this class, learned something. I love all of these tips. I find that some of them are very, very useful for people that I work with weight loss, weight management. So try some of those out. Let me know, like I said, if you want a little bit more accountability, motivation, support with weight loss, especially as we're all going through COVID. Things are hard. So let me know. I'm happy to see you in the HealthAware office. That's all I've got for you today. Like I said, short and sweet. Hopefully you're able to get to the end of this video before you have to rush off to your next activity for the day. Until next time, everyone, happy Wednesday.